Hi all, Taha here. A lot of people ask me what exactly is ProcFu. So I thought why not make a video explaining what it is. ProcFu is not any one tool. It's actually a suite of 8 different tools. It starts with having a app builder. We've got PWA Scripts, AI in Podio, deployment manager, data sinks, code editor, Cron Jobs, and integrations. So I'm gonna just explain all of these to you one by one as quick as humanly possible. So first thing, app builder. Let's say you've got a Podio workspace and you've got like an employee workspace where you have like 200 employees. Now you want these employees to be able to log in, check their profile, add a leaves. You will have to have 200 Podio licenses. That's expensive. Also, you don't want 200 people to be having access to your workspace. That's when our app builder comes in place. Our app builder, ProcFu app builder, allows you to create an app on top of your Podio data, and then all these records within a table can become their own users. For example, I open one of these record and then I'll be able to use this as a login like this. So they can go log in and then they can use a password that is set up and then they can log in and see their own record. So it's just like accessing Podio directly, but instead of accessing Podio, now they'll be accessing ProcFu app. Now they can go into leaves, so they can go ahead and create a leave and say for example, say they can select the dates. Whatever they can do on Podio, they can directly now do via ProcFu. This way, what happens is they don't see the request has come through here already. So if you click it, you can see the leave. And you can go back in here, you can see it as live. Now it's all live. So let's say you go ahead and approve the leave, and you come in and here, refresh, your employee will see it as approved. So what this does is that you can take any data in Podio and build apps on top of that. You can build apps, you can build dashboards, you can build summary screens, and the advantage is that you are saving a lot of money in terms of licensing, and also you don't have to give a lot of people third party access into your main Podio database. The second tool that we have here is PWA scripts. So for example, this is how a normal PWA look like. You've got a few actions, but what ProcFu gives you is a block here, which is known as ProcFu API function, which gives you access to over 300 different API functions. So that takes your PWA's power from like a simple tool to a supercharged tool. So with any sort of tool that is imaginable is here. If you want to connect to third party, if you want to run a big script, if you want to do any API call into Podio, everything is possible here. So if you go to your ProcFu account and you look at the functions list, we have like at the moment 280 plus close to 300, and that's from various different aspects, and this keeps on increasing. The next tool we have is AI in Podio. Let's say, for example, we allow you to bring in ChatGPT directly into your Podio workspace. So here, this is the leave I just created, right? To access AI, all you have to do is that you can come in here, your comment, and say AI ProcFu, and then you can ask, when does Oliver want to go on holiday? This will go ahead, request ChatGPT, and bring you an answer. So what we are giving you is that we are giving you ChatGPT directly here. We are taking your entire Podio item and then on demand basis giving it to ChatGPT by pruning all the extra information. And we are not pruning too much that we are missing the context. So we give you just enough so that the GPT can come up with a reasonable answer. You can see that the answer has come in. So what it has done is that GPT has taken the item and then found the answer and replied back to you. So apart from this, we also give you two other ways to access AI. So if you go to your account, there is Podio AI Assistant and Podio AI Trained Assistant. So the trained assistant is really helpful. Now let's say that you want a lot of things to be done automatically. You can take your HR policy, create it as a knowledge base, and give it to our Podio, and then the AI will be able to come up with a reasonable answer. You don't have to manually go to do the approval by checking all the dates. AI can check whether Oliver is eligible for this holiday, etc., etc., and then come back and give you a comment. So you can look at the comment and then just go click the button. The next tool we have is Deployment Manager. Now this is for Super Podio user. For example, you are a consultant who does a lot of Podio installations. Now, let's say you have designed an HRMS system. Now, when a new client comes in, you have to redo the whole thing. You have to rebuild the workspace. You have to rebuild the apps. You have to rebuild the fields, the flows. What we give you is deployment manager. You can come in here, create a repository of your entire workspace. Okay, and then when a new client comes in, all you have to do is install that repo. We also allows you to have version controlling. This way you can control what changes is happening. So this, if you're a consultant who has tried to install one workspace into another client, you know how time saving this is. The next tool you have is data syncs. Now, data syncs is a feature where we allow you to take your Podio data and sync it automatically into SQL database. This is really helpful for either legal reasons, compliance reasons, reporting reasons. We can have a Podio workspace with 200,000 items. That gets really slow. You can't do reporting on that. So you can connect it with our backup engine or data syncs, where every time there's a change happening in the Podio, we will automatically sync it with your SQL database. So this way you have a live backup. And then if you're going to do reporting, something like Power BI, which requires SQL, you can just hook it up to your SQL. You get live dashboards, you get live reporting, and it's really fast. You don't have to struggle with Podio slowness. And then the next tool in the arsenal is the code editor. So we also give you a really nice code editor, for example something like this. So there are a lot of instances either in PWA or in app where a small API call doesn't suffice. You want to take a data, you want to manipulate it, and you want to do something with code and then go ahead and update it. For example, in here I just updated a list of employees and then added it to Podio in once. So if you want to do things like that, we give you this code editor where you can write your script, save it, and then call it either from PWA or from Cron Jobs. The next tool is the Cron Jobs. So Cron Jobs is basically, let's say you wrote a script like this and then you want it to run on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So you can come into a cron job setup and then go ahead and create a job. So I have my own multiple jobs running. What this does is that gives you a lot of power in terms of doing things automatically. So my tools every day at 8 o'clock, it goes, scrapes some public data, brings it, saves into my Podio. So these things can be done with the scheduled task or the cron jobs. And then finally, we have integrations. So ProcFu allows you to integrate pretty much anything that you can imagine. So you go to your account, you go to your integrations. We allow you to bring your own, FTP, your own data storage, your own SQL database, Notion, Citrix, Sharefile, anything that you can imagine. And we also give you either a token-based API or an OAuth2. So pretty much anything in the world can be integrated here and then played with. So in short, this is what ProcFu is. ProcFu is a suite of 8 different tools that greatly enhances your Podio experience. And we are not limited to Podio. We allow SQL, we allow Tape app, we allow Notion, we also allow Google Sheets. Though we are highly built for Podio, currently we're expanding to various other softwares, so you can work with ProcFu. That's it. And I'll be making individual videos on all of these aspects, and if you have any questions, just pop it in the comments and I'll answer. Thank you.